We had the opportunity to be on the field at the press conference yesterday, and you and I spoke about this already. And boy, Patrick Mahomes, what an impressive young man. He's really funny. He was only like from here to the door over here, and always kidding around, joking around. And then we had an opportunity to sit in on the little press conference with Brock Purdy. And boy, he's a straight-laced guy. And so my son Mateo said, ask him about game management. And you know what's going on with that? They were just joking. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But the players
don't come in with the hard-hitting question.
No, but the players were so accessible yesterday that it kind of threw me off because there was, I don't know, how many people were there? Like 100,000 people around the stadium and everything. But I still think that's the name of the game, isn't it, Miranda? Feeling connected to the players.
Yeah. In sports, but particularly football, is not necessarily people are not following teams. You know, you're seeing that shift and that trend that like I might be a Tom Brady fan for my life, and you know that wherever he's headed, I'm headed. And when he went to Tampa, look at that swing, right? So I think the celebrity of it all is an interesting angle, and people become connected to the stories, and with social media being so readily available, it's just you want to know the behind the scenes. You want to know what they like to eat for breakfast. You see what they're doing in their off time, who they're hanging out with, who they're dating, and you become a kind of emotionally invested. And so I think the NFL does a good job of showcasing that and celebrating that and letting the athletes be their own brand. You know, look at what it's doing. We don't have to crunch the numbers on what the Kansas City fan has done with just a few hot moments of celebrity like status, right?
Oh, it's crazy. So we're with Megapix Media, and this is brought to you by the NGBN TV and Super Bowl 58. The sponsors are Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, and Krieger Gaming. And Miranda, we're going to switch the channel here a little bit. A woman in professional sports, you're navigating the sponsorship and all that kind of stuff. How has that changed, being, you know, a woman in business? You know what I mean, the business side, because you've been around.
Sure.
I mean, you've been there since ever since you started your career. You've been in the business side, and it's been a few years. How have things changed? Because you're navigating.
It's actually interesting. Canadian sport is a hotbed for women now more than ever. Leagues coming on board, and I think we do a really good job of showcasing that. But the business behind it is 24, and I'm the only female on at the CFL, and people are surprised and like, well, what do you know about football? And you know, that historical perspective of like, well, you got to know the game, you got to. It's just not true anymore. Like we always say at the league, like we're marketers first and fans second. And isn't it great to be? But at the end of the day, we're trying to drive awareness to our product essentially. And so I think there's more of a space. We are hiring more and more women, amazing voices in the area of social media and marketing, and you know, it's not necessarily the old boys club that it used to be. And I think that's a testament to what we're seeing across industries. You know,
You know. Oh, you cut out there.
Oh.
So we are going to wrap up our first section here. Miranda, wish you were here. I will continue this conversation on the next one. So drive carefully. Go Chiefs.
Hello, everybody. My name is Scott Morganroth, the Motor City Madmouth, your host of the Sports Exchange. We bring old school media to current day sports talk. I've been in the media for over 44 years and have learned that every sport is important. We'll talk about every sport from football to cornhole and anything in between. There is a story behind everything we do. So tune into the Sports Exchange.
What's up, everyone? This is Chris Fontana, founder of Go Primal Lifestyle and Fitness Apparel and host of the Primal Mindset Show on NGBN TV. Coming to you from Long Island, New York, with the transformative show that shares inspiring stories of overcoming adversity and embracing personal growth. Hosted by me, who has triumphed over immense challenges, including addiction, mental health struggles, and significant weight loss. This show features conversations with individuals who have conquered their own obstacles. Through heartfelt discussions, the Primal Mindset offers hope, guidance, and inspiration to listeners, encouraging them to persevere and never settle. Join us on this empowering journey of resilience and transformation as we share the stories of incredible individuals who have embraced the power of the Primal Mindset. Join us on NGBN TV.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek. You're watching NGBN TV live from Las Vegas and Super Bowl 58. Now, here's the NGBN TV team.
Hey everybody, it's Bruno on NB, where it can't all be serious, but we gotta make it a little serious. I got my bodyguard.
Yeah.
Right here. Second time over. Everybody's watching last night. Said, Bruno, we like your bodyguard. So thank you very much.
Well, of course, brother.
Showing the love, brother. I got Dave DeRoche. And we got Charlie Batch, former Pittsburgh Steeler, bringing down the mash. So
I can't be a bodyguard? What are we talking about?
oh, no. Now we got another bodyguard.
Really?
Charlie,
Well, I had
Charlie,
one.
you're a quarterback. You're the pretty guy. You just let us protect you. You're good.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what though? Quarterbacks are bigger than me now.
Yeah, that's so boring, right?
Yeah, I walked up to Josh Allen. I looked up. I'm like, "Are you tight end?"
So this is what I want to ask. This is the most important question at Radio Row Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They have a bounty quicker picker upper section where the quarterbacks have to throw the ball in. Are you in the top, Charlie?
To be honest with you, I didn't even try it.
Okay, we're going to go over there. We got a little money on this, right? And we're going to take it because Sideline Sports, little Johnny, left-handed, has the top score there. So we're going to do that.
You took a picture with John. Well, they asked me to do it. My offensive linemen aren't allowed to touch football, so
that's right.
I would be a little reluctant only because I don't want my arm to be sore the rest of the day.
That's right. Well,
This arm can't make those throws
you got
anymore.
high expectation too.
So Charlie, our viewers out there certainly remember you. With the Steelers. What have you been up to?
Actually, I do TV and radio with the Steelers, so been doing that now. I just finished up our 10th season doing that, so I get excited about being a part of that. And then back in Pittsburgh, which I'm born and raised in, we have our family foundation, which is called Best of the Batch Foundation. We're an educational foundation, which actually focuses on our after school and our STEAM programs. And we say STEAM instead of STEM only because we include the A for arts. So been around now for 23 years. We service 3,800 kids annually throughout 9 counties throughout southwestern Pennsylvania. And we actually just went from 5,300 square feet to 33,000. And we just opened up. We're 100% occupancy right now. We just did that 2 months ago. So we're excited about that. So the kids don't want to leave, which is why we built it. So our numbers are really getting ready to go close to 6,000 kids annually. So we get excited, but yet nervous at the same time, only because it's a new space. We don't really know what's going to happen, but yet we're ready for it. So if anybody wants to learn more about what we're doing and follow the programs that we run throughout the year, you can go to batchfoundation.org.
And so the Batch Foundation is what funds that whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So we have our supporters, supporters, individual donors, corporations. Right. They all support what we've been able to do. So it's truly humbling and grateful because we have the support. And a lot of people don't necessarily they didn't realize I was from Pittsburgh, but being playing for the Steelers, literally I'm 10 minutes away from mom's house. From the practice facility. So when I'm home, so it was good and bad. The good part, I was home because I was around family. The bad part was everybody wanted tickets. Couldn't accommodate it. There was 11 years that I was with the Steelers. I was 4 years in Detroit, 11 with the Steelers. you know, it's a tough ticket to get. And you go to 3 Super Bowls, man, you know, there's going to be some people that are upset because they feel like you're leaving them out. It's just like, they're just not available. And, you know, that was something that we all had to kind of learn from. But either way, I wouldn't change it for the world. Having the opportunity to play for the Steelers and being a part of 2 championship teams was really cool.
Teams. And,
really cool.
And so what's that been, like, you know, we've been talking to a handful. So Anthony Munoz has been with us, and, you know, Coach Bierlich has been with us, and, you know, and Walter Thurman's my co-host, right? So we've seen that, like, the progression of the Super Bowl turning into this.
Right.
What was it like back when you went?
It's funny because, you know, when you see everything that happened yesterday with this made for TV event, our media day was on Tuesday. It was Tuesday morning.
Right.
So we had a chance to hang out Sunday, hang out Monday. Then the media day, just be at the media day on, you know, 8 a.m., whatever your time slot was.
And you just walk around the field, right?
And
just
walk around.
People
You would have a couple people who were there, you know, at the podium.
Right.
And then the rest of us just kind of posted up. And then once you were done, you were able to walk around, get videos and pictures of everything that you needed, which was really cool. But I wouldn't change it. It was all part of it.
Well, of course.
But, you know, I was behind Ben Roethlisberger, so he had the podium. So I had to go down and heckle him, you know. He had looking at me like, are you media? Are you? I know you're going to answer my questions, dang it. I'm over here bored since nobody's asking me questions. I'm going to ask you questions. But to be part of that, man, and to kind of see where it is now, it's the whole evolution. And you can see where the growth of the game is trying to go. They identified some of these things. And now you see the announcement yesterday, you know, with first game in Brazil. So you see all of these international games are happening. So the only way that you can do that is going international. So I get it because I understand the business side of it.
Sure. Well, and the thing is that, and I'm sorry to play it up, is that, you know, we both serve on the NFLPA as chapter presidents, right? You're in Pittsburgh, I'm in Orange County. And it's interesting to see the dynamic of the travel and hearing from the players and the players where they're coming from, perspective, versus what the league wants to do. The league wants to spend and make money, but the players are going, holy smokes, I got to fly 14 hours, eat that food, you know, and not be acclimated and then be expected to perform at the highest level and then fly back, you know, and we're playing a team that just, you know, went state over. You know, what are your thoughts about this whole international thing? I mean, do you have any thoughts on it?
I mean,
when you business, you know,
when you go to look at the business, I understand the growth, but when you look at the real change that's happened as it relates to player health and safety, it only came from the player's perspective. It didn't come from the league side. They're the ones not playing.
Right.
So when you take those issues and having the opportunity to sit as a player rep on the executive committee, being part of those discussions as it relates to a collective bargaining agreements, I was a part of that because I was on the front line. And now having the opportunity to serve as the Pittsburgh chapter president, I still share those same things. But ultimately, when you look at what's happening, you know, nobody wanted to go from 16 to 17 games.
Right.
You know, they throw the money out there and guess what? The players take it. Then all of a sudden you're not complaining about it later on because you have 2 Thursday games. It's like, we need you to step up and speak about it if that's how passionate that you feel about it. So I say that only to warn a lot of these active players who are a part of it, especially the ones who are the top name guys that are a part of it. Be a part of it. Step on the front line. Be engaged. And when you want to actively create change, that's the only way that it's going to change. If you start crying about salaries and you're comparing yourself to the NBA, and you're like, man, I can't believe they're making that much money. Guess what? LeBron is showing up to the meetings. These guys are showing up to and sitting across from the owners and trying to make that a win-win partnership for both.
Right.
You don't get that on the NFL side, unfortunately. So that needs to change, and hopefully that changes as they now enter into the 2030 potential collective bargaining agreement. And that's the only way that true change is going to make.
I'll tell you, our new executive director, Lloyd, has been fantastic. As I mentioned, I sit on the former players advisory board, and he's made himself accessible to us, which was not the case with the previous management, right? And he has shared with us the top 2 topics from every team. He visited every team and listened to the players. One was turf and the turf issue, and the other one was the fine issue. He shared with us that a rookie, after 2 fines, brought home $3,000 in his paycheck, which we know those paychecks are pretty big, you know. And so it's interesting for him to go and make that effort, right, to find out what's important to the guys so we could represent them.
Well, I mean, what other way can the
well, I don't know.
No, I was going to say this. I said, well, what other way can grants be issued to players? Fine the players so they can actually pay for the players to actually have football camps.
Okay.
That's how it works. So those things happen. Now it's just a matter of having those conversations with leadership to say, hey, this needs to change. And if it's going to change, you obviously have to give something up. And what does that something up look like on the other side? That's why this is not going to change. If the fines are what they are now, guess what? They go up every single year. So whatever the number is now, it's not going to be that way in 2029, 2030. So the guys have to speak about it eloquently. But again, it starts with your stars being on the front line saying things need to change.
You know, one thing I was going to ask you, Charlie, is that, you know, with your foundation and what you've gone through to become a professional athlete and transition through that, what do you tell somebody, you know, the young athletes with all the changes in the NCAA right now and how to prepare to what school you pick and then transitioning to pro? Two loaded questions, because things have changed in that landscape.
And some kids are taking a pay cut.
Right.
You know,
And
right.
yeah, absolutely. And I think
Right.
when you look at where you're at, I mean, right now, are you truly picking a school because you care about it and you always wanted to go to that school? Or maybe somebody just wooed you, like, I'm just swayed your opinion. It's not happening. Most people, they're picking their universities based off the money. And you're picking it that way. So there is no loyalty, you know, by the players or the coaches. So it goes both ways. But I think ultimately, when you look at what this transition looks like, yeah, you can go through college, you can do all of these things. But ultimately, if you have the luxury of making it to professional football, guess what? You're going to be a former player a lot longer than active. At some point, you got to figure it out. Average career is 3.5. Okay, fine. But what does that look like? But we all know by the age of 30, they're trying to kick you out. You just got to fool them and stick around a little bit. That's just the reality of it. But at some point, you have to figure out what that looks like. And hopefully there is, you know, they figure out, use their platform, understand that, hey, here's what I want to do after football, and find the passion quickly so they don't fall into that separation anxiety when they transition away, falls into deeper depression, and then ultimately the problems start to happen.
Yeah. You know what's kind of nice? The NFL is trying to, you know, I just went through the NFL transition coach certification, trying to make an effort and be there in support. My nonprofit, the First and Goal Project, helps people in transition, players being one of them, but we work with veterans and then people with some challenges. We work with people that were incarcerated, coming out of treatment and rehab, domestic violence or traffic, and knocking down the barriers that they have. So people just have challenges. And all we got to do is empower them, you know, and give them some direction and a little bit of assistance, and then say, hey, you know what, there's opportunity for you.
And I applaud you for that, because it's not easy to do. So thank you for doing everything that you're doing. I truly appreciate you. Seriously.
Thanks. Well, tell us about your show.
Exactly. Yeah. Plug that up.
So we actually have we have a podcast called Giving Legends Podcast. I joined with my co-host Hannibal Navy's former teammate of mine. Did a lot of work together in the NFLPA. And now we just wanted to share people's passions and what they were looking to do off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a player, somebody in the business world, whatever that looks like. What is that passion for you? And let's discuss it and talk about, you know, what makes you a giving legend. And those are things that we're excited about because of some of the things that I'm doing in my foundation, Hannibal's doing with his foundation. And we just want to create a platform to allow people to come on, talk about it in a non-threatening way, and then be able to share everything that they're doing. So we're truly excited about rolling it out. So these are things that, you know, ultimately we can actually work together with.
Great job. But how do they get in touch with you?
Yes, you actually can go to charliebatch.com, make it easier. You'll see everything on there. You'll see our Giving Legends podcast on there as well. If you're interested into the foundation, you can actually go to Best of the Batch Foundation, which is batchfoundation.org. If you forget that, just put Charlie Batch Foundation and the link immediately pop up, and you'll be able to see everything that we're doing, programs. And then from there, you'll be able to see the actual visual from the aerial view of what the 5,300 to 33,000 square foot expansion looks like right now. So truly grateful and blessed. Thank you for having me an opportunity to talk about it on here.
Thanks, Charlie.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
We can talk about this. We got a few seconds.
Yep.
Everything that was going on with Tommy DeVito living in the parents' basement. You were like living at your parents' place, were you?
No,
so no problem for you.
I didn't have that.
No.
You was going home to mom's cooking. She was
Okay.
Well, his was probably a little different because rent in New York is a lot different than rent in Pittsburgh. I can tell you that. So I strategically lived 20 minutes away from my mom, and I lived north of the city. My mom lives east, and it was done strategically because in Pittsburgh there are over 400 bridges.
Yes.
And if you cross a bridge in Pittsburgh, one is okay, two is too many. And to come to my house, it's 2 bridges, and my mom's like, "You live too far. I'll see you when you come over here." So that's when it was done strategically that way. But it wasn't, you know, nothing malicious that way. I love my family to death. And it was just an opportunity to really just kind of,
that's great.
You know, be there. But that was definitely not the Tommy situation.
Yeah, but that was a funny story.
It definitely was, no doubt.
Right on, Charlie. Hey, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for
appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, folks. NGBN TV brought to you by Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, and Krieger Gaming. We'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, you bet.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek.
Hey, I'm Micah McCreary.
And I'm Rich Fry, and welcome to Truex Outdoors,
The ultimate outdoor show.
So come tag along with us as we experience thrilling adventures in hunting and fishing.
From the mountains to the rivers, we'll bring you the most action-packed outdoor experiences.
Watch us now on NGBN TV.
Truex Outdoors.
Are you searching for connection? Do you struggle with loneliness? There is hope. We are F3, Fitness, Fellowship, Faith. Our mission is to plant, grow, and serve small workout groups for men for the invigoration of male community leadership. We have 5 core principles.
Free of charge, open to all men,
held outdoors, rain or shine, peer-led, and it ends in a circle of trust.
Go to f3nation.com.
Welcome to Tripping Through Transformation. I'm your host, Guillaume Poirier, and I'm inviting you on a journey that will expand your outlook on life. Join me as we delve into the realms of mental health, resilience, personal growth, community, and alternative healing. Through personal narratives and expert insights, we'll explore the transformative power of shared stories. Get ready to escape from narrow perceptions and dive into a world of diverse perspectives. Tripping Through Transformation is where stories become pathways to empowerment.
We'd love to have you join us on the MD and Chef Team Show. I'm Chef Michael, culinary nutrition expert, and I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Isabel, medical doctor and suicide survivor.
Yes, I was dropped into that world 10 years ago. And what I've come to understand is that we're focusing on the wrong thing, the downstream event of mental illness. We should be focusing upstream to prevent the downstream event. And that's what we do.
So come join us on the MD and Chef Team Show.
I can't win, yeah, I can't win. I can't win, yeah, I can't win. I can't win, yeah, I can't win. Can't no one stop me, yeah, bring it in. I can't win, yeah, I can't win. Top down, faded windows tinted. Pushing with it, push it to the limit.
We cannot wait any longer. Men are in need of community, brotherhood, and a place to call home. The time is now, and that place is NGBN TV. Powered by men just like you, dedicated to launching a one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Our goal is to inspire, entertain, celebrate, educate, and support men. The NGBN TV Sneak Peek is launching January 29th. We need you on this journey with us. Ad rates at NGBN TV will never be this low again. So join our movement on NGBN.TV and contact us today. NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Coming January 29th. You're watching NGBN TV live from Las Vegas and Super Bowl 58. Now, here's the NGBN TV team.
Hey everybody, it's Bruno and NB live from Super Bowl 58, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the Mandalay Bay Resort. NGBN TV brought to you by Sideline Sports. Like I said, we're in Las Vegas. We can't make this happen without our sponsors, Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, and the Krieger Gaming folks. And I got somebody that I think is trying out for the ZBs. With the
I was supposed to ask you that.
Right. Look at this yellow shirt. That's not our colors, man. So we got Chris and we got Raphael. And thanks for joining us on the show. Let's start off with Chris. Chris, what's going on, man?
I've been just enjoying having the Rubio method for NGBN out here. Taking a little break from my long snapping business and just enjoying it all, soaking it all in.
You're walking around here, and I'm amazed on how many people you kind of already know, how many people you've coached. Mm-hmm. How many people have you actually brought into, say, the NCAA and pro.
I think at this point it's over 1,800.
Wow.
1,800. Yeah. If you go on to RubioLongsnapping.com, you can see the actual number.
So that's an incredible thing because it's such a specialized skill in the in football. And of course, our great friend and contributor, great show, Randy and Sheldon, Chevy and Nasty, live on the NGBN.TV. Like, listen, I don't know anybody that's better than Randy, CFL legend. So, what makes somebody say, "Hey, I want to be a long snapper"?
A lot of times you just kind of fall into it, where it's one of those where you maybe not the best athlete as a linebacker or tight end or defensive lineman. You just kind of start messing around with it. And you start to think, okay, this is something that I can do. For me, I can do it. And I get my calls paid for.
Right.
And then now league minimum, I think it's like 680, something like that.
Around there.
So yeah, let me snap the ball 11 times during a game and get paid $687,000. I remember UCLA when I was playing, the line would be sweating, dripping, tired, and I'd whisper, I go, "Hey, I get the same scholarship check as you."
Yeah, no
And they
kidding.
would be so pissed.
Well, it's almost like a place kicker.
100%.
And so, congratulations. I do want to talk about what you're doing outside of long snapping school, but we got to bring in my good looking friend over here, Raphael. Raphael, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. You used to live down here. You kind of live here
Part-time.
So tell the people what you guys do.
I'm part of the
Or what you
Sideline
do.
Sports, but I've been here about 20 years in Vegas. I worked in the casinos. I worked for Caesar's Palace in 97, then the MGM properties I worked 18 Super Bowls. We don't count them years. You count Super Bowls. So I worked 18 Super Bowls for MGM, and then my contract ended and I wanted to retire and do my own stuff. So I do global odds. I do stuff for Sideline Sports for odds, and there's for gaming part. And it's just a part. I mean, I love what we're doing now at the NGBN TV. Would have never met you guys.
Yeah.
It's just a great partnership, and I couldn't be more pleased of meeting new friends and new, as I would say, family members.
And we are looking around the whole place, and you can't get away from all the betting, the gambling, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying Las Vegas, like the odds, and we want you to talk about that, like how it's evolved.
Yeah, people always ask me what was the first prop bet in the Super Bowl, and it was
Right.
1986 to William Perry. Well, William Perry scored a touchdown against New England Patriots.
Okay,
Chicago
for those
Bears.
that aren't gamblers, what is a prop?
What
bet?
is a prop bet?
A prop bet is something that's not the game itself or over under the total.
Okay.
A prop bet is usually a player.
Funny.
Yeah, not a funny one like how many rushing yards will Christian McCaffrey have in the game. Brock Purdy, will he throw a touchdown? Will he throw an intercept? Those are prop bets right now. Of
Okay.
course, you have the crazy ones like the Taylor Swift prop bets. Well, how many times Taylor Swift will be shown in the Super Bowl? It's 8.5.
Oh, it's gonna be way more than that.
No, actually, it was lower than 8.5 the last game. Every time Tom Brady was in a Super Bowl, Gisele Bündchen was only shown no more than 2 times in every Super Bowl that he was in. I think the first one was 3. Everyone else declined. The last one he was in Tampa, they didn't show her once.
So what's a half? So 8.5.
Split screen.
Oh, okay. So the over under is 8.
Last time I checked was 8.5. And normally prop bets will do 8 because they don't want to push. If you put 8 and they show it 8 times, then everyone gets their money back. And I didn't win. So we put that half a point so people could sweat.
Oh, okay. So what other big prop bets are going on in this Super Bowl?
Right now, the ones that I've heard from sports books, especially here at Mandalay Bay and BetMGM and stuff like that, Brock Purdy rushing over 11.5 total rushing yards, over 11.5. People are betting that over. Great. He had a great game last week, rushed the ball, but he's not a runner. Do I see him running that? Maybe once or twice I see him. We'll see. Will Christian McCaffrey score a touchdown? Yes or no? We'll get crushed on that. Travis Kelce, if he catches more than 1 touchdowns, the books might have help wanted signs, collecting cans on Sunday night.
The people want to know. Let's get to the bottom line.
Yeah,
Is
this
there
is
any
the big
long snapper prop bets?
There's no long snapper prop bets.
That's
Number one. I'm
they
hurt.
should.
Is there ever been in the history of the game a long snapper prop bet?
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna do my homework tonight. I don't think there has been, but that's something I might put that up right now.
I feel neglected.
Will a long snapper? I don't know which ones I can do. Like, will they fumble or will a
snap.
Okay, well, yeah, but we what's a bad snap?
I'll tell you right now.
Whoa, Chris!
I'm getting
You
fired
don't
up
know
now.
anything about bad snaps.
I
Okay?
always say,
You're killing your camps here. Okay?
Jenna, can I stand up right now or no?
Yeah, let's
Can you
stand,
see me?
stand up.
I would say snap is from the lowest rib to mid thigh, armpit to armpit. I call it
Yeah.
the Rubio zone. So is it outside the Rubio zone? That's your prop bet. I want to cut.
I would have to, yeah, I would have to,
100%,
yeah, I would name the bet after you, just because I think you're so well known, people would know that. But that's gonna be, I'm gonna research that tonight, and I would try to put something up by tomorrow, no later than Thursday.
I'm betting on that, and I'm not a gambler.
I won't tell you because you have inside information.
You know, speaking about some crazy prop bets, it was a few years ago when the Chicago Bears kicker kept hitting the post.
Yeah,
you know,
I can't think of them.
Well, exactly. He's not in the league anymore because kept hitting the post. But
it wasn't Robbie Gold.
No.
It was before that. But we have that prop at every Super Bowl. We'll have extra point hit the goalpost, where a field goal hit the goalpost, left or right. So that's a prop at every Super Bowl.
Well, I'm going to bring something up, and again, we're on the NGBN network and Megapix Media too, up in Canada. But Raphael, I want to ask you something about betting. So yesterday during the press conference, you know, the whole press day that we went down to at the stadium, Roger Goodell had a private press conference, and a lot of the questions were about player gambling and being suspended. What are your views on that, being an expert in the field? How is that going to affect the game, both from a player side, from all the crazy stuff?
I totally understand where he's coming from, but you opened a genie, and now the genie's out. These kids, I'm going to say kids coming out of the NFL, have been gambling and playing fantasy sports since high school.
Yeah.
So they've been doing it in high school, all through college, and now you try to tell them they can't do it. I'm a believer that if you're going to say no gambling, then no gambling in NFL. I think they should be able to gamble NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, all that stuff. But I would say you cannot bet on the league that you are in.
Right.
Because why are you trying a kid that's been doing fantasy for 10 plus years and now he made it to the pros, and now you're going to tell him he can't play his buddy in fantasy sports?
So fantasy is considered betting also?
In some states, yes, because there's money being involved in it.
So if we get a little like
NGBN
group,
we can't do it, right? Or it's
Well, we're not players now.
No, but in general, that's not illegal gambling or
No.
anything like that. No. So what's the line for the Chiefs right now? And
Right.
it is Wednesday.
Yeah, it is Wednesday. Right now, it's pretty much a solid 2. San Francisco's
Sorry, it's a
favorite.
Tuesday today.
This Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I was like, you confused me. Right?
Yeah, today's Tuesday. It's -2. The total's 47.5. And one thing that you should, there's been a couple $1 million bets that's been through the windows here in the game, and they've all been on the 49ers. There's been either 2. The first one was money line 1.2 to win $1 million, and the second one was 49ers -2 in that. But right now, the Swifty money's all coming in that I've been talking to. So everyone's betting Kansas City, which is good for the books. They've already had all that action the first week, and now the Swifty money's coming in. So they're going to have a balanced, probably Super Bowl.
Wow. Hey, you want to take this comment? We just got one from the great
Chevy and Nasty. A bad snap is the disaster snap. Trey Junkin, 2003 Giants 49ers. Yeah, and unfortunately, I believe Trey Junkin retired, and then he came back for the playoffs.
I do believe so.
Yeah, and then he rolled it, and he had a phenomenal career. But unfortunately, everyone, affiliates Trey Junkin with that bad snap, and he had, I think, one bad snap in his entire career. So
is he like the Bill Buckner of snapping?
1 billion%. 1 billion%.
So what's the craziest bet you've ever been a part of
in the in Super Bowl, or just in general?
Football in general.
In football,
like significant bet. Like
I would have to. Well, this year, since the election's going on, I have a lot of election prop bets. With the Super Bowl, what former president's going to be shown first in the commercial during the Super Bowl? So we have a lot of that one. Biden's approval rate, March 1st to I think it's Christian McCaffrey's total rushing yards in the game. So that's been a little bit little on that. We have cross promotional sports is really popular. Jimmy Butler's total points, because the Miami Heat play on Super Bowl Sunday. Jimmy Butler's total points versus Kansas City's first half points. So those are usually fun, but I think the election ones have been really pretty hard to come up with this year, because I think that's what's everyone's mind right now is.
What's the biggest bet on the Super Bowl this year?
Right now, what I heard is the 1.2 million, which $1 million bets have been declining the last couple of years. Last year, I think there was only 1 or 2, 3. I think I don't want to say it's because of COVID, but I remember before COVID, it would be 5, 6 multi-million-dollar bets. It was like $5 million bet. I won one of the New England Patriots won and stuff like that. But I think they've been a little bit soft. And I'm not saying the casinos are not taking them; they're just not coming out. That just tells me that the number is pretty balanced.
So it might be that they're spreading the bet around and going with different odds on different books, or not
back
really?
in the day, yes. Now
Not back in the day, guys.
Back in the day, yes. But now, if I call the casino and say, hey, you know what? I'm so and so. I want to put $5 million. They're gonna say yes because they're gonna market that and say, hey, you know what? So and so. That's why when Drake bets in sports, it's all over social media. Drake bet $2 million on Sean Strickland in his last UFC fight, UFC 298. They probably banked on that just on marketing alone. And, oh wow, Drake bet on this. Same thing with Mattress Mac. When Mattress Mac bet, they use that for promotional the website. So back in the day, they said no, they wouldn't. Now they're like, oh, please come bet it over here so we can blow it up on social media.
Why doesn't a company just pay Drake the money to gamble? Like,
because I think he has enough money.
Yeah.
It's me and you can't do it, but
yeah. So Chris, let's go back to what you're doing right now outside of football. Why don't we talk about that?
Outside of football, I have 2 shows on the NGBN network. I've got the Rubio Method, which airs every other Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then I have Decades, which is also on that same exact Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. The Rubio Method is just me hamming it up, talking several different topics. God knows it could go anywhere, and you can actually dial in, or I guess you call dial in, get on the stream video, and you can talk to me face to face.
I have to admit, you just said dialed in, I can't stop you. You said dialed in.
I'm embarrassing myself. I really dated myself.
Dial in, folks.
I'm a middle-aged man.
Hello?
Yeah, that was.
I couldn't pass that up. Sorry.
I got to go to the phone booth, but I don't have a dime.
I still do the 80s. Yeah, I was hoping that snuck by you guys, but I see I'm here with some quick people. And then on the other one, it's called Decades, and it's a show with guys in their 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, and 20s, and we talk about things that you normally wouldn't talk about. So like religion, sex, politics, you're not supposed to talk about them. We talk about them.
Good for you.
Like
Good for
diversity hires, good or bad, let's talk about it. And we have some on the left, some on the right, some in the middle, and it's one of those things we just gotta agree to disagree sometimes, because you can like olives on your pizza. I think they're terrible. I don't think you're an idiot for liking olives. I just don't like them. Yeah. And the country needs more of this. The country needs more of, okay, I don't like this. Here's the reason why. You don't like this. This is the reason why. And then you don't have to call someone a racist or a bigot or an idiot. It's just everybody likes different things, different strokes for different folks.
So who do you like in the Super Bowl? Or who are you picking?
The long snapper.
The long snapper. Well, my long snapper, Tabor Pepper, is for the 49ers, so I'm going to root for the 49ers.
Okay. Who do you got? Can you actually say that without?
Now I can. When I worked in the casinos and I would do media and stuff like that, I couldn't say it.
Okay.
And back in the day, I couldn't even say the names. I would have to say either San Francisco. I couldn't use 49ers. I couldn't use the Chiefs. I'd have to say KC and stuff like that. They would tell us what we can and can't say.
So who are you picking?
I like the 49ers because I want a high-scoring game. If the San Francisco cannot score 24 or more points, then I think Kansas City and the Swifties are on stage.
Okay, so this is what's happened. I had Dave DeRoche. I had my great partner, Miranda Salas. I got Chris. They got Raphael. They all bet for the 49ers. So I got 4 independent bets, and I'm going with the Kansas City Swifties. And I don't know what we're betting, but, lunch or something like that. So I got 4 straight on. I can't believe all 4 guests picked the Niners.
Well, I'll tell you an interesting fact right now. The last 8 Super Bowls, the team that wore the white jersey have only won 1 Super Bowl. Kansas City's wearing white.
Oh, okay. Well, let's make it 2. So, you know what I mean? I need some food. I need some love here. But, guys, you know what? This was a great episode. Raphael, where can they find you? Do you want to be found?
Yeah, I can be found. Yeah, I'm not like you can find me.
I'm at the corner 47 and 59. All right.
You can find me over at Sideline Sports. You can find me on Instagram at Rafael Esparzo and X at VSI.sports.
Nice. And Chris, where do they find you?
Well, if they have dial-up,
they'll never lose you with that.
If they have dial-up internet, they can electronic mail me.
Electronic correspondent.
No, you go to just NGBN.TV.
What's your fax number?
The RubioMethod.com. They can find me there, or RubioLongSnapping.com for long snapping.
And you had a pager too.
I've got it all.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks to our sponsors again. We keep bringing them up because without them, nothing happens. Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, Krieger Family, and Sideline Sports. Right. Thank you very much. Live from Las Vegas, NGBN TV Megapix. Super Bowl 58. We'll be back in a minute.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek.
The 5 core principles of F3 are that it's free, it's open to all men, it's held outdoors rain or shine, peer-led in a rotating fashion, and always ends in a circle of trust.
Does life feel heavy at times? Does it feel like you could use a little more hope and encouragement? Hi, I'm Janine Lindquist, host of The Look Up Show on NGBN TV. Tune in for insights that I'll be sharing to educate, encourage, and empower you to be your best self. You'll find that as you heal from the wounds of your past, that your scars and challenges can be something that propels you forward instead of holding you back. So join me on The Look Up Show as I give you some things to think about and leave you with something to smile about.
Hey NGBN, it's Brian Jodas with Pick Up the Six Productions. Join us here at Pick Up the Six as we introduce you to the men and women among us who go above and beyond through service, purpose, and impact. Whether it's travel in the United States or right here from our studios, we can't wait to pick up the six with you.
Hey everybody, listen, join me, Doug Brooks, aka known as Big Time, on the Big Time Show podcast to be seen on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central and on Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Central. You need to come on hang with me. You know what? It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Thank you, Brad.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Can't no one stop me, yeah, bring it in. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Top down, faded windows tinted. Push it with it, push it to the limit.
What's up? My name is Chris Rubio, and I'm the host of The Rubio Method on the NGBN TV network.
Focus. Focus up. Long snapping and life are very, very similar.
We have a great show that's going to educate you, inspire you, and most importantly, entertain you. I say most importantly because that's what I really want to do. But we're just kind of going on this journey together, and I'm going to make sure as we go on this journey together, you're going to have a good time while doing it. So check out The Rubio Method on NGBN TV.
More and more, we are hearing some disturbing things about sexual assault in the military. Like it's a woman issue, but it's not. It's an everyone issue. When you hear only 7% of male veterans report military sexual trauma, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. How about when I tell you that right now, there are more than 500,000 male veterans who were sexually assaulted while serving in the military? Brothers, it's time to do our part to stop MST. Join the mission today at veteransisters.org.
Was he funny? Oh, yeah.
He's quick.
Hey, everybody, it's Bruno. We got a little live yaki.
Yeah.
I'm here with my friend AC. I know it's a little bit of a downer to have me here after Carrot Top. I'm past the butt.
Man.
And, you know.
He's Carrot Top and you're cucumber bottom or something.
That's right. I'm past the butt. I'm Italian. But it's great having you live Super Bowl 58, with Sideline Sports, NGBN TV. I'm with Megapix Media. So happy to have them, have us down here. Our sponsors, Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, and Krieger Gaming. So, AC, for our Canadian fans out there, tell us a little bit about what you do, what you're all about.
All I do is watch the ride with Chevy and Nasty.
That's right.
That's what I do.
And eat poutine.
And I eat poutine now that I know what it is, and I eat the McRib, the Canadian McRib. No, man, been hosting AC Sports Live for about 3.5 years. It was a figment of my imagination growing up, wanting to do radio, wanting to do TV. I went to college with Rubio, UCLA, studied TV and broadcasting, interned at Fox 11, became a highlight editor at Fox Sports 1. Pandemic made a lot of things come to fruition as far as goals that I've been sitting on. I had a lot of time on my hands, and I've always, had a knack for production. So I just went ahead and gave it a shot. And 3 years later, here I am on NGBN, having a good time, just talking sports and helping people.
AC, I think you're making a big difference. I know you're making a big difference through the NGBN network, trying to help, men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s kind of get over that hump, putting real life on pause, making them laugh.
Yep.
We were kind of making light of you having Carrot Top here.
Yeah.
He was funny. We're in Las Vegas. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Tell us what your main motivator is to be part of like a network like this, and maybe transitioning from what you were doing before to what you love.
Well, it's always about purpose. And, like I said, I like to have a good time. I like, just to talk about what's on my mind.
Right.
I think that's kind of therapeutic in itself. And in sports is always a good, conduit to conversation. But it's always about hearing people. I like to hear where people are coming from, because people have different experiences, which makes different point of views. And it's okay. We talk about it on the Decade Show. It's okay to have a difference in opinion, but you need to hear people out before you cast judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if you are able to do that, you can help someone, because sometimes when you shun someone or not listen at all, you might be pushing someone over the edge. But if you're open to listen and have a take, even if it's a sports topic or a personal topic or a topic of faith or political views, it's important to hear people out and then give them your perspective. And then you guys have an adult conversation. You either agree or agree to disagree, and you could be okay with it and move on. But it's about helping people and finding purpose.
Yeah, one of the things I'd love to talk about, because I had my great partner Miranda Salas, and everybody's talking business, and saving the world. But let's have a little fun here too, because we are at the Super Bowl, and I remember growing up, as you do. The only thing you wish is to play in the World Series of baseball or World Cup. But this is the Super Bowl.
This is it.
I mean, it doesn't get bigger than this. And why don't we talk a little Super Bowl? Maybe not this year, because we've covered it. Oh, by the way, who are you picking?
I'm going Niners.
5. That's 5 bets I got to take the Swifties.
We're tired of seeing Mahomes, Kelsey, and Swifties everywhere we go. I love Taylor Swift. Don't kill me, Swifties. But this is a football game, and you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
That's
You're supposed to be us
Closet.
birds. We're supposed to be flying. We're not supposed to be saying, go Travis. No, Jason. That's the one you're supposed to be cheering for. Jason Kelsey, the Eagle.
But it was funny. Before we get into the greatest stuff, we were at the huge press conference yesterday at the Allegiant Stadium, and when they brought up the Chiefs on the stage, a couple of them anyways, to talk, you forget this is Raiders Nation.
It's Raider Nation,
and they're like, Raiders. And they're like, they were racking it up, and I couldn't figure it out. I'm saying there are a lot of Niners fans, but there are a lot of Chiefs fans, but I keep forgetting this is Raiders Nation, and this is maybe because I'm from the Oakland era.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. So, greatest Super Bowl memory that you have?
Oh wow, probably the Philly special. Nick Foles, and going to the sideline asking his coach Peterson, "Hey, you want to do a Philly?" And thought about it like, why not? And then run it. It's the best play call in Super Bowl history, in my opinion, as I'm an Eagle fan, and it was versus the Patriots, the Eagle Empire, Belichick and Brady. That play right there, and it was their play. Tom Brady was not able to execute that play because he's not Nick Foles.
Right
there, it is Philly, man. I have a T-shirt with that play on it, play design.
So, are you an Eagles fan?
Am I an Eagles fan?
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Do I have to leave the state?
No, I didn't think so.
Philly, man.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, my dad's a playground legend in North Philly. So every summer I went back home. I'm from Connecticut. Philadelphia Eagles and the 76ers, all my teams.
Right.
Now, baseball, I'm a Dodger fan.
Okay, see.
So, but I kind of the Lakers in the 80s, but I was always a Dr. J fan. I was always
my favorite basketball player of all time.
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Dr. J.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson, Dr. J. Then you go Michael Jordan, you go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then you have your off ones, your Darryl Dawkins, your Artis Gilmore, there are a lot of guys that you watch growing up that LeBron can't touch.
Okay.
The new guys can't touch because I grew up watching.
Yeah,
Dr.
J, man, he revolutionized everything. So one of the Super Bowls that I remember, I guess it was one of my favorites, and NGBN had the catalyst of that game, Jeff Garcia. When he took over from, I used to call him Chunky Soup Donovan Bailey, because he used to do all the Chunky Soup commercials, and he was injured, and Jeff Garcia came on, and man, they just almost pulled it off.
Right.
And that was an amazing game. Being from Canada, Jeff Garcia playing in Calgary, right? And he had a business across the street from where we were. So that was a great Super Bowl because they were underdogs. But so UCLA, greatest player out of UCLA other than you and Rubio.
Oh, Jonathan Ogden, hands down. Jonathan Ogden, first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, of course, offensive linemen don't get the glamour and glitz that the quarterbacks and running backs and receivers get. But I mean, first day on campus, it was undeniable. This is the best prospect that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was 6'8", 340 out of high school and never gave up a sack. And, we knew without a shadow of a doubt, this guy was a freshman All-American going to the NFL, was the Ravens' first pick ever. And then Hall of Fame, Super Bowl, all that stuff. But, we played with some great players. We never lost to SC. I mean, that's, we had a great, never lost. Never lost. But, Troy Aikman and Freeman McNeil and Gaston Green and Eric Turner and all those greats. And then you have, fast forward, you have, J.J. Stokes and Skip Hicks and all these guys that played at a high level. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, formerly known as Sharman Shaw. We played with some great players throughout the years. And it's just been, a little bit of a letdown lately because we haven't been proud of the program. We're hoping Chip Kelly can get it going. If not, he got to get going. We're tired of the 8-win season. Yeah, you got to get it going.
So, you know what, AC, thank you very much. The hospitality down here has been insane. NGBN Network family, the community. It's been, I can't even explain how cool it is down here. Radio Row. Hope everybody can come down. In New Orleans, we have the folks from New Orleans coming over here, I think, tomorrow, talking about how great it's going to be and how different it's going to be. And, our sponsors, Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, and Krieger Gaming, our friends at Sideline Sports, Ian, Jenna, Chris, Brian, AC, where's Dave? Thank you very much, Raphael.
Big Dave.
He had odds that I wouldn't be on time. I got it. So I win that bet too. So I never thought I'd say this, but go Swifties. I got 5-0, man. So anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for everything.
You're watching the exclusive sneak peek of NGBN TV. Like never before, streaming content for men is now available, with more to come. Join us on this journey as we introduce you to content creators and shows that are here to inspire, educate, entertain, celebrate, and support men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. We can't do this without you, so please enjoy this sneak peek, but also share it with your friends and family, and help us connect with companies, organizations, brands, or nonprofits who align with our mission to save men's lives. This is the NGBN TV Sneak Peek.
What's up, everyone? This is Chris Fontana, founder of Go Primal Lifestyle and Fitness Apparel and host of the Primal Mindset Show on NGBN TV. Coming to you from Long Island, New York, with the transformative show that shares inspiring stories of overcoming adversity and embracing personal growth. Hosted by me, who has triumphed over immense challenges, including addiction, mental health struggles, and significant weight loss. This show features conversations with individuals who have conquered their own obstacles. Through heartfelt discussions, the Primal Mindset offers hope, guidance, and inspiration to listeners, encouraging them to persevere and never settle. Join us on this empowering journey of resilience and transformation as we share the stories of incredible individuals who have embraced the power of the Primal Mindset. Join us on NGBN TV.
You're watching NGBN TV live from Las Vegas and Super Bowl 58. Now, here's the NGBN TV team.
We're back. We're back. Super Bowl coverage from Media Row, NGBN TV, with our sponsors, Family Farms, Veteran Sisters, and Krieger Gaming. I have a special guest, one of our very own, who took my spot as the smoothest man on television. I want to bring to the stage my main man, Doug Brooks, aka Big Time. What's going on with you, Big Time?
Ladies and gentlemen, pandemonium.
Is it getting crazy?
Building.
It's getting crazy.
Let's go and crank this thing up, AC.
It's getting too crazy. Not too crazy.
Okay, well, we you know how we do it. Well, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, I'm trying to maintain out here and keep my faculties and not go too crazy out here. It's just everybody walking around. It's getting real festive. I just got Big Time by Lou Williams, man. I'm not sure if you know, as a Laker fan, you know how that is.
Sweet Lou, man. Lemon pepper Lou. You know what time
I said, man, I got some wings. What's up? You said I'm here all week. I'm going to holler at you.
Well, I don't mean let's keep it clean. You know, the wings not gonna get them there. You know, you gotta have you gotta have some extra there to bring Sweet Lou in the building. But man, you done an outstanding job, man. I've been on and off. I was at work.
I wish you were here. I need Big Time. You're gonna be in New Orleans. When we go to New Orleans next year for the Super Bowl, the Big Time show will be on the air.
I wish I was there, man. This is so much fun just to see you guys just do your thing, and Miss Jenna behind the camera. I know you're there. She is incredible, and you guys have been just rocking it. The amazing guests that you've had previously has just been, you know, very entertaining. And then when they have former players, you know, the great Anthony Munoz and Coach Billick there. I mean, come on now. This serious stuff. Charlie Batch. I mean, this some excellent stuff that we're seeing tonight.
But when you talk about mental health and saving men's lives, people perk up and they understand that they are people too, and they have to deal with these because they have families, and sometimes it's us. As in, you talk about people transitioning from career to career, and those dark spots, man. You're a man of faith. I'm a man of faith. You know that without the father, I mean, it's tough out here in these streets. So we're trying our best to steer people to a solution and help them understand that with entertainment, sports, talking about the Cowboys, talking about my Eagles, it's therapeutic. Just being able to talk to another young man and just have